Hello, my YouTube friends. This is the third video in a mini series of videos where I show you how to make very simple, easy, but beautiful winter holidays gifts. In my first video, I showed you how I made these gigantic candies filled with real chocolate candies, and I will leave a link above for this video. In my second video, I shared with you how I made these sledges that are loaded with sweets. And it was very simple, very quick project. Third part of this series, I will show you how to do this beautiful candy Christmas tree. Let's get started. Create a candy Christmas tree. I am using this cone and this beautiful blue colored metallic Italian crepe paper. And Italian crepe paper is the highest quality of all crepe papers. The first step will be to remove, of course, the plastic from the cone and wrap the cone into this beautiful crepe paper to create a background for my candies and decorations to be attached. I positioned my cone like that, diagonally, and now I will start wrapping it, not finally, but just to measure the piece that I need to cut off from the whole roll. So I wrapped like this, and I now know where I have to cut off the paper. And this is my piece of paper, and it's always better to cut a little bit more than less. You can always cut off the extra. Now I will use my hot glue to wrap and fix my paper around this cone. I started the wrapping and gluing, and I will continue. At the bottom, you cut the paper like this and glue each individual piece, so it's easier to go around the circumference. We are trying to achieve this result, and I will continue until I cover the whole circumference. And this is the result, and the goal of this step is to secure the paper so it doesn't slide along the cylinder. And it doesn't matter that not all the surfaces covered on the bottom, because we will glue this bottom to the foundation, so this exposed area will not be visible. On the top there will be always excess of paper, so I will cut it off and glue to the top. The cylinder is ready, and don't worry about the uneven surface, it will all be covered with our decorations. My next step was to cut a circle out of cardboard, and also covered this circle with a crepe paper. So I have this foundation, and then I glue my cylinder to this foundation. So the finished Christmas tree is more stable and sturdy. Now I have this gap between the cylinder and the circle, so I will use this golden thing to cover those gaps and also the edge of the circle. Let me do this using my hot glue gun. So I already glued a portion of it, and I will go around and finish this work. Our base is done. The cylinder and the circle are ready. Now we can start decoration with candies. I will be using two types of candies, and one of them should be prepared. These big candies, they have two ends, and one of them will be used to attach the candy to the cone. But the second should be glued, either using the hot glue gun or the two-sided tape, like that. So one end of the candy should be glued to the back of the candy, and another should stay because we will be using it later, as I said, to attach to the cone. I prepared almost all candies, and I will now start to glue them to the very bottom of the cone. I have already started the process. Make sure that you are gluing or attaching with the two-sided tape candies close to each other and to the circle. So let me finish that first row of candies. I finished the first row, and I used 10 candies. Now I will start doing the second row. For the second row, I will use less candies, and I will glue the candy above the first row, but skipping one candy. You will see when I'm done. So the second row is done skipping one candy, like that. Let me finish that row. These merci candies now will be attached between the second row candies. Our Christmas tree started looking great. Now we will attach the last row of big candies. All candies are glued. I also decorated the top, just gluing to the cylinder. And I have a lot of spaces to conceal. I will be using ribbons, some artificial flowers, and some other Christmas decorations to conceal those spaces between candies. These are some of the ideas. Ribbons. The spaces between the first and second row of candies will be concealed with this golden semi-transparent ribbon. Also, I found that disassembling some of those Christmas decorations is a great way to get a lot of them. For example, from this one Hortensia flower, I cut and disassembled individual flowers, and I will now glue those bluish balls into the center, and then we'll conceal some of the spaces. Also cut this decoration into pieces and glue them as well. So you can be very, very creative in terms of what to use for these decorations. Let me do a portion of this decoration and I will show you the result. This lower row is decorated. I will move up now, trying to conceal these spaces with the flowers. Now I finished the second row of decorations, and this is between the second and the last row of the candies. So now I have only the top to decorate. I mostly finished my decoration, and we still can see some spaces between decorations, but that's why we did this beautiful blue background with the crepe paper. And you can be very, very creative in terms of what materials to use to decorate your Christmas candy tree. Would you agree with me that this chocolate tree looks stunning? And you can use many colors and all types of candies and decorations to create a gift like this. Let me show you another version. This tree is done completely in gold color. Write in your comments which tree, the blue one or the gold one, you like the most. In a few days, I will do another video where I will show you another handmade gift. And I promise they will be all beautiful. So don't miss that video. And until then, happy upcoming holidays.